Today I bought a DJ deck completely out of nowhere. Do I know anything about DJ controllers? Not really. But this is a Numark NVII. I paid 70 euros for this, and when I scanned it with my AI deal checker, it showed the market value somewhere around 200 to 340. It's a free tool, you can check it out if you want. The seller said it was working, but there was some damage that needed to be fixed, and you will see that in a second. The problem is this model does not sell that often, so I also checked manually, and with a carry bag included, I thought if everything works, this could sell around 400-ish. So first, let's see what I actually bought. Let's plug it in now, and straight away we have a problem. The left screen is not turning on. I actually tested this before filming, and after searching online, I only found one YouTube video saying that the power supply could be the issue. Thanks to that guy on YouTube, I'm gonna be trying a new power supply. And there we go, the screen is back. So luckily the first problem was only the power supply, but now we get to the real repair. The small bottom board is broken off from the DJ controller, as you can see. There is no physical damage to the deck itself, but we got a harsh damage on the physical board, so we will see. The good thing is that this is a separate board and it connects to the main board with a cable, so at least we don't have to repair the whole controller. But the board is in a rough shape and 2 buttons are missing and all 3 button caps are gone. And the plastic screw mounts are broken too, so let's take a closer look. Yeah, someone has already definitely worked on this before. And now I'm checking the photos of the same controller online, because honestly I don't even know what parts are supposed to be here. From the photos I can see that the left and right positions are supposed to be potentiometers, but on this board someone removed them and just cut the legs off. So now we have no part number and no original parts, so there is no clean way to identify them from what is left. First I'm removing the leftover legs and cleaning the holes. The middle switch is still here, so I'm going to solder that back first. Before ordering anything I need to know if the board is even alive. Of course, before doing any repair I searched online for any compatible board that's similar to this, but there's actually nothing, so I'm really hopeful that this will work. Alright, the middle switch is soldered back. Now I'm plugging the board into the controller and testing it. And yes, the board is responding, the switch works and the board is alive. Now comes the annoying part, finding the correct potentiometers for a DJ controller that I actually know nothing about. I start searching online and I even find the Reddit post about the exact same missing part, perfect right? Except nobody actually gives a model number. Then I find a replacement part on eBay, but it is way too expensive. They're ripping us off, basically mentioning only the product name and no parts. So instead of buying that, I keep comparing photos, checking the sizes, checking the pin layout and asking a couple of people. After all that, this potentiometer looks like the closest match. I found 2 of them for around 2 euros each. With the expensive shipping, the parts cost around 10 euro total. I also found these 180-degree knob caps, and visually they look really close to the original design, so I will go with this. So now let's see if it actually works. I'm soldering 2 potentiometers in place. And honestly, this looks much better than I expected. Now I'm plugging the board back into the controller and opening the software. Yep, I downloaded the software that supports this controller, and at the bottom I can see the controller is responding. The button works definitely. Yep, the potentiometers also seems to be working. We can say that we fixed the board, but we still have one big problem. The plastic screw holes are completely broken, and if we cannot attach the board to the deck, there's actually no point of fixing it. So if I leave it like this, it will move around every time someone presses the buttons, and it's actually not really sellable. So for this, I'm using the strong glue and baking powder to rebuild the broken plastic mounts and hold the board in place. It's not the cleanest looking repair, but we don't need that. It's not something that's visible and it needs to hold strong. Now I'm putting everything back together. Let's quickly screw that in. Alright, now I'm putting everything back together and testing it one more time. Yeah, the screen is working. The button works, and 2 potentiometers, yes, they're also working. And the board is finally mounted properly again. Now this Numark NVII is working. And honestly, this repair went much better than I expected. The repair itself was not that difficult, it was only basic soldering and attaching the board in place, but the hard part was finding the correct parts for the device, and I basically did not understand anything about. Now the flip gets crazy. We bought this Numark NVII for 70 euros. The parts cost around 10 euros with the shipping, and after the repair I sold everything for 450 euros. That leaves us for 370 euro profit. For a random DJ controller I almost did not even buy, this became one of my best flips so far. Thank you for watching.